Welcome to Equity Axis, where we discuss financial matters. I'm Respect. We begin our show by looking at today's stock market performance. The All-Share Index and the Industrial Index both came off by 0.41%, while the ZSE Top 10 came off by 0.42%. The ZSE Mining was stable for the fourth consecutive session. So driving today's performance was Delta's continued sell-off, which now brings the cumulative total to 19.56%. We also saw the decline in Econet, which is the top valued counter, which came off after issuing a cautionary statement in the prior week. We now look at the past week's performance. In the prior week, there was a lot of interesting activity on the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange. The stock market came off for the second successive week, coming off by an average of 3.5%, taking the cumulative two-week total to about 7%. The losses on the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange for the week were mainly driven by a hefty sell-off in Delta, which is the second top capitalized counter on the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange. So foreigners are trying to get their monies outside Zim, and they found a way through a fungible stock. A fungible stock is a counter that can be traded in more than one market. And on the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange, Old Mutual is a perfect stock that can make investors achieve this end. So in the week past, we saw investors moving their monies from Delta into Old Mutual. But now when you look at the real market value of these two counters, you will see Delta having a higher market capitalization to Old Mutual. So when Delta goes down, it far much outweighs the gain that accrued in Old Mutual. So effectively, the losses in Delta weighed down the overall stock market in the week. In financial markets, we have two periods which are defined as the cum div period and the ex div period. A cum div period is a period up to which an investor can claim a dividend up until a certain cut-off date. So if you are trading your shares cum div, you are entitled to getting a dividend. Whereas if you are trading ex div, which is beyond the period stipulated by a company, highlighting the dates from which an investor can claim a dividend, it means you are no longer entitled. In the week past, we saw the supply of Old Mutual shares improving in the market as it moved to the ex div period. This summarizes the past week's stock market performance.